So it's time for a quick Tetrix top tip. So here we'll be looking at the absolute or percentage values of this machine. So when you switch the machine on from factory, once it loads up, you'll see that we've got our amperage and everything else displayed here. Variables like this are actually showing as a percentage. So when we are going through, for example, setting a starting current, that would be at 20% of our chosen amperage, which we would adjust up and down like this. So obviously at 100 amps, 20% of that is 20 amps. Pretty simple. EWM gives us the ability to change variables like this one as well, as a absolute value as opposed to a percentage. So if you were wanting to run this machine and we wanted that value, for example, not to be 20% of 100, but we wanted it to be exactly 50 amps or 48 or whatever we want, and perhaps we weren't working with a nice easy number like 100, we can set this machine up so that we can give it an absolute value. We can tell it exactly what we want it to be in amps. It's worth noticing when the machine has a illuminated percentage light, we're actually dealing with a percentage, as opposed to there where it's illuminating an A as an amp value. So to change this, we need to enter the machine configuration menu. So to do that, we turn the machine off at the back, hold down the front button and power it back on. Now we're in the configuration menu. It's torch mode. This is the configuration menu. We enter into this. ABS is our absolute value. So currently it's set off, so a percentage of value. If we turn this to on, now we cycle through the sections until we get back to our configuration menu, which is the level up. We go back to end, and this will load that change in. Rightio, so here we are back on our machine. We're currently working in job 4, so everything else is remaining the same. Now if we cycle back to one of these two values, you'll see it now shows amps, 20 amps, not 20% like it was before. So now we're working in absolute values. So this can be personal preference for some. You might want to set it up like that. You might want to work in amperage values as opposed to percentages of a given peak current, but obviously that's always up to the user. So enjoy that little tech tip and see if it makes sense for you to turn that variable on.